Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Are you excited? I am for a couple of reasons, two main ones. Obviously, beginnings are amazing, but also like super special. It's the first day I've ever vlogged in my entire life. So why not start with 25 days? Boo, I love to dive right in. So now I'm gonna share my morning in San Miguel, and then I'm gonna come back after lunch and we're gonna get caught up, get connected, and tune into part 1, which is gonna be all about me. So I will see you soon. Okay. We have got very interesting light for this situation. I am vibing with it. It's like, for me, I like live life in metaphor and interact with the world in a poetic lens, and this kind of light play is life-giving. Light play is life-giving. So are we talking about the top of the Vlogmas tree today, which is me? How did that happen? How did that happen? Well, okay, let's make this interesting then. First, not that this is a disclaimer, nor do I really believe in using disclaimer. I mean, each to their own, you know, but I kind of like to be like thrown a surprise or like a shock or like, whoa, like I think it really brings people into their present moment, you know? Obviously, if it's like a big negative Nancy situation, it's like really dark, then we can't go there. But I do love a little surprise. So we're talking about me. We're talking about me. I can't believe this light. Are you vibing? First vlog ever, by the way. Not my first time with the old microphone, but this is a completely different light, literally, and like actually. I've never done a vlog. It's like one of those things of like what you resist persists. But also like what you love, you resist, or like what you really want, you're afraid of. It's my dog. I'm a dog mom. 2 pups. So new to the YouTube game, right? Been on it 2 weeks. I did do some serious uploading 3 years ago. And I'm realizing that I did not have the guts or like the solid foundation or the thick skin that is needed for this platform. People are ruthless with their topics or their comments. I think, okay, so like my first weird comment was someone informed me about farm animals, which was that, pigs and cows have nose rings so that they can easily and readily dig in the dirt. Thank you. Thank you, scholar. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate the information. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, no, I really don't think I could have hacked it just even like a while ago. And I'm going to tell you why. I've done a lot of great character building this year, which means doesn't come easy, does it ever? No. But something very cool that I'm incredibly proud of today to share with you is that I used to think like, foundations and like step by step and steadiness and whatever was boring. And now, no, I have built myself a solid AF, super cozy, super aesthetic, such a vibe, home and foundation within myself. And it is uneffable with. Yeah. So let's talk about me then. This is again a very new format for me. And the way that I tend to take the microphone is on a very cryptic roll. And sometimes there's a direct question and I just do everything about dancing around it, not to avoid, but to play. There's a playful energy that I have, which is like totally very cool. So here we go. I'm on the fun side of 30. I've just decided recently. It was my birthday just over a month ago. I'm a Scorpio. You heard that right. You heard that right. I'm on the fun side of 30, which means I'm 36. Thanks. And I am a dog mom of 2, Mystic and New. They're my people. Yeah, the 3 of us, with the 10 legs that we have, we take up a lot of space. Yeah. I drink currently 3 cups of coffee a day, but to be fair, they're very small cups, and I have a recent obsession with my little handheld frother and soy milk. So it's I don't know what the measurement for a full cup, I guess, other than measuring it as a cup, but you know what I mean? So there is that. I live in Mexico. Was I born here? No, I was not. I am incredibly blessed and privileged and grateful beyond to be a resident here. I've been here for almost exactly 3 years. It'll be January 3rd, 2020 that I crossed the border in my RV, Moflo, full name Mother Flower, with my dog Mystic, who was just a little puppy Chino at the time. And we've been here ever since. We have been here ever since. Yeah. Baja, though. Baja Sur, mostly. Yeah. In the desert there. That was an intense time. And we'll talk about that again. There are plenty of videos to come. So we will go there together. There is lightness, there is darkness. There is the most challenging and transformative years of my life. They happen there. Yeah. The unthinkable happened. The unimaginable thing happened. And yeah, I made a move. I made a move from La Paz just about 6 months ago. And I am now living in the heart of Mexico in San Miguel de Allende. Little treasure. Absolutely divine. Love it to bits. Love it to bits. It's really amazing. And I mean that. My personality is quite showing a certain flavor right now, but I'm like, no, really. I mean it. Love it so much. You saw quite a bit of it in the old intro this morning. I love my apartment so much. It's crazy. I don't think I've ever And I've lived in a lot of places. I've been to 42 countries. I spent my 20s as a scuba diving instructor and a bartender, not the same at the same time, but I kind of rotated. And yeah, so I've like lived in a lot of places, and this is probably my favorite. That's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I do consider myself a citizen of the world, if you're asking. I'm from Canada originally, the suburbs of Ontario, just northwest of Toronto. But, I left when I was 19, and other than being born there, I never really have. And I felt really guilty about that for a long time. It's like, why don't I have more of an attachment to the place I lived, Should I yearn for home in a physical place the way other people do so much? And I was like, no. But that took me a long time to come to understanding, honestly. It was like a minute, like 30 plus years. And I'll tell you, the greatest thing that I've ever done for myself happened this year, which was that I built a home inside of myself. And I'm like, oh, are you with me? Yep. Some people, other people are homes for them. And that was true for me for my whole life until 33. That was in my mom. She passed away. You'll hear a lot about her. My girl. My big P. Yeah, that was tough. It's been 2.5 years since she's passed, and just this past Dia de los Muertos, exactly one month ago, I put her pictures in a frame for the first time. That felt really good, really important to do. Yeah, I wasn't ready before, So I'm an interesting character for sure. I've got many facets, incredibly multifaceted, so many passions, but really the biggest passion is to live in joy, to be creating always, and to really hand out permission slips for my good folks to really love themselves incredibly and do great business and be in authenticity and share their message and their story and their heart and their art with the world. That's what I love. It's what I love. I also love Uber Eats, and I love plants so much. I have 61 plants in this little apartment. And I love them all. They're my favorite. I just, not more than the dog, but I mean, sometimes, yeah. Yeah, I love myself, that's for sure. And I get a kick out of myself, definitely, a lot. I'm an only child. I've been alone a lot in my life. And of course, there's a difference between being alone and lonely. I experience loneliness as well. Let's not disclude that. But yeah, I know myself really well, and not in a enlightened, high and mighty way. I'm just really well versed, and really enjoy my own company. I really care about myself. That hasn't always been the way, And I used to think that I was extroverted until I was 29. But I think that was just the party lifestyle that I lived. And I think that I maybe mostly am an extroverted introvert, but selectively, with the right people. Because I ain't playing. Nope. Not interested in just, anything surface level. I'm unless it's comedy, or it's like I can see the funny, like I'm going to interpret this in a funny way. I'm going to like, whatever. But like if we don't have depth, like I'm out, basically. Like that, I don't have any tolerance for that. So I'm very selective, you know? I'm choosing to share this vlog experience with you because ever since I was little, I always thought that I would be famous for who I am. Like people would be like, "Oh, but like what? Like a doctor, a vet? Like what do you?" And I'm like, "No, no, just want to be myself, dude. Like that's it, you know." Um, and so this is something I've resisted for a long time. Like I love to chat, like I've got a daily podcast. I like mentor creatives. It's all about finding your voice, leading with your heart. That's my whole thing. But I've never done this. So this is new for me. So we're going to share that experience together. And, I've got 4 placements in Scorpio, which means I'm like, like I'll make you feel like I'm giving it all, like, but I'm playing my cards very, but it's that Pisces rising in me that shows up and is like, it's cool, I'm in the flow, whatever, yo. And I also have a Capricorn moon because I know you were wondering. And that's my, like, I work really, really hard because I'm very, very passionate and I give a lot of fucks. A ton. Selectively. Especially after my mom passed. It's like I ain't got no effing way. I do not. That's not. Not doing it. Don't care. Literally could not care less. So that's definitely one of my favorite flavors of grief is the giving way less F's. So what else have I wrote a couple things down. Let's see. Yeah, I got that one. Ooh. What do I got? Ooh. So all of my family in my life are chosen. All of them. Yeah. I have no relationships with family out of any sense of obligation. Absolutely none. As I mentioned, I'm an only child, very small, but I left so young and again didn't have an attachment to where I grew up or the people that were around me at that time, really. Yeah, I choose my family. I'm very in love, and I have limitless amount of love to give to my family by choice. I like almost feel like eliminating the by choice because I'm like it just goes without saying, but this is our first time getting to know each other, so it's like I'll let you know that it's by choice. Yeah. Oh, I don't cook, really. Like I guess I can. There are a couple of things, but like I said this to a couple of my Mexican guy friends the other day, and they're like, "What do you mean you don't cook?" And I was like, "I don't cook. Like, what's not to get?" And yeah, it was pretty funny. I just like was like, that's what it is. My whole life, because I've traveled so much and worked, in hospitality, dive resorts, dive boats, and like Southeast Asia, and then beyond Mexico. Like, hello, I've got access to the best food. Like, I don't need to be the one who cooks it. No, there's just I had a hard time with that for a long time. Like I was like, oh no, what is this? But recently I rewrote a story and it was from the reflection of my best friend Moana, my sister. She was here for about a month and she said, you've got a really great relationship with food. And I was like, you bet your ass I do. And I've worked really hard for that, because we've all got some weird relationships with food, And then I was like ashamed that I couldn't cook for so long. And then I'm like, no, this is where we're at in life. And I will cook when I want to. And I love snacks. Like, snacks are life, you know? But I have the privilege of living where I do and having access to incredible markets and beautiful food and Uber Eats, you know? I love to be fed also. That's a thing. Another, a love language, main one, words of affirmation. Yeah, and I was embarrassed about that for a long time. I was like, I don't need to be validated. I'm confident. I'm a grown-ass woman. I do shit on my own. But it's like, no, it's how I receive love. So I absolutely love. I really, really look at the eyes light up. Love words of affirmation. Anything else? Oh, yeah, I've spent over 1,000 hours under the sea. Not many people in life can say that, I don't think. It's pretty cool. Yeah. What do you think? Vlogmas. What a surprise. Didn't know I was going to take this angle with the video, but I've got to admit that I did do one before this and it bored me to no end. I was like, I can't even like hide my yawns, you know? It's like when we're trying something new and trying to do it the way that we've seen it being done by other people who we like somehow unconsciously have decided that have set the bar and that have come before us. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it like that. I can do it like me. And on that note, that is my greatest message for you. And I bang on about it all the time. You can check out my daily podcast. But my thing is like, everyone just got to be more who they are, period. Like, the world would be a much better place. I really believe that. Yeah. Imagine everyone living their values. I don't know. All right, my loves, that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the intro and like this whole thing, and you know, let's do this thing together. I love you. You cool with that? Can you let that love in? All right. See you tomorrow.